Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. I hope you had a great weekend. Happy Monday. And today we are going to talk about negging. What is negging, how to use it, whether or not I believe in it, and how it relates to my previous episode about telling girls how to correctly date you. These are very similar, but there is intrinsic differences that I am going to discuss today. Gentlemen, at the time of this recording, I am at 988 reviews on iTunes, a 4.8 out of 5 on the American iTunes, and really want to get that bad boy up to 1,000. Been checking it. It's going up slowly. It's moving slower than pond water. So if you could please help a brother out and leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, I'd greatly appreciate it. If this is your first episode that you've ever listened to, then obviously please listen to the episode first. Make sure it deems a 5-star review. And if you could hook me up with that, I will send you 3 awesome programs if you email me, and that's CoachMarkSing@gmail.com. I will send you the Conversation Sniper, 150 deadly one-liners for building attraction, Guide to the Female Orgasm, how to make her look like a screaming demon that just got hit with the tornado, and 3 texts to build massive attraction in women. Impress your friends, baffle your enemies. All right, gentlemen, before we actually jump into negging and what it is, I want to do a little interview of you. And this is really interesting, so bear with me. I think a lot of these facts are going to shock the hell out of you and make you realize that you're not quite as bad as you may think you are when it comes to dating women. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer me just kind of in your own head and take a wild guess at what the answers are to these questions. And the whole point of this is to show you, again, that you think you're probably a 0 with girls, or even if you don't think that, I guarantee you could probably think better of yourself. And this is an attempt to help you think better of yourself, because inevitably we compare ourselves to other people. So let's get through this quick and then we'll jump into negging. All right, so what % of males do you think are over 6 feet tall? We understand that women often say this arbitrary number that they're attracted to guys who have to be over 6 feet tall. You must be tall and ripped and rich and have a Lamborghini, like all these preconceived notions that you guys think women put out. And oftentimes a lot of women think that they're attracted to. What % of guys are over 6 feet? That's 14%. Okay, 14% of guys are over 6 feet. What % of guys do you think are over 6'3"? 6'3". 1%. 1%. And if you ask most girls, they almost always say that the guy has to be over 6 feet. Now, here's what's interesting. In Europe, they don't say that same thing. It's a little bit shorter. And my theory is because we're on a different measuring system, 6 feet is just a round number that girls have arbitrarily chosen in their head. They read it in some girly magazine. They say, okay, that's my parameter now. It's bullshit, man. It's just a belief system. It's just an illusion. And if you have game, you can blow right through it. But dude, only 1% of guys are over 6'3". So women have this completely irrational parameter for what guys should meet because, dude, only 1% of guys are over 6'3", 14% of guys are over 6 foot. And guess what the average male height is in the United States? It's 5'9". 5'9", okay? And I want to tell you something. On the dating apps, most girls will put 5'10" as their absolute lowest acceptable height when it comes to a man. So if you're flirting with around 5'10", you might want to up what you say your height is, especially on the dating apps, because that kind of shit is important. Although it's not really important, it actually doesn't matter at all. But because women think it matters, they put it as a filter. So you'd be wise to put 5'9", 5'10" on the dating apps just so you don't lose a lot of possible matches. And if you're quite a bit shorter than 5'9", then you need to come work with me and learn how to pick up girls in person. Because once we display personality, once we display frame control and all the tips and tricks I teach you, but more importantly, reprogram your brain so you have good body language, you won't even need the dating apps. Like I read on my testimonial in the last episode I recorded. Okay, what do you think? And this one's super interesting, blew my mind. What do you think the average guy makes in a year? What's the average guy's salary in a year? Go ahead, take a guess. Okay, I bet you guess somewhere around 60 or 70 grand. Am I right? It's $37,000. $37,000. Okay, so I don't know how much you're making, but if you make around that amount, like most guys do, So maybe we shouldn't feel so insecure about how much we're making. If you make a lot more than that, then maybe that's something to be proud of. But all you guys are into self-improvement. You wouldn't be listening to this shit unless you were. So I can guarantee you, man, like with time, if you're not already, you will blow that 37 G's out of the water. And again, while girls think it matters, it really doesn't. But I just want you to feel kind of better about yourself because you're comparing yourself to what people want you to think they are on Facebook and IG and everywhere else. It looks like everybody's killing it, making tons of money. Everybody's tall and handsome and pulling all these chicks. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. Guess how many girls the average guy has slept with? How many girls has the average guy slept with? 5 girls. 5 girls. Okay, when it comes to women, the top 5% of women, at least numbers wise, when it comes to how many men they've slept with, is 35 guys. Ever ask a girl what her number is? Don't do it, bro. Especially if you like the girl, you do not want to know. Imagining all those dicks going into the very mouth that you're making out with tonight. Fuck that, dude. Do not ask. Okay, so while the average guy has slept with 5 girls, the top 5% of men have slept with over 150. Okay, so how it works is the top percentage of men attract all the girls. They get all the girls, and the lower echelon of men have to pick the remaining girls, and they get like super few of them. How do we get into the top echelon? By working on ourselves, improving our belief system. So we have body language, tonality, and behavior that mimics that of an alpha male, and thus women get attracted to us. This is why every single guy that comes into my 3-month coaching program graduates getting girls. It's very simple. It's 2 + 2 = 4, right? Change their beliefs, teach them the tactics, they get the fucking success. All right, now here comes the most interesting stat of all. What percent have had 0 sexual partners in the last year? So 12 months with no sex. What percent of guys have gone 12 months with no sex? 33%. Now, here's an interesting fact. That has doubled, check this out, that has doubled since 2008. Why? What happened in 2008 that made that number double of dudes who have had 0 sex in the last year? What was released in 2008 was called social media. Social media has completely skewed men's ability to attract women. It didn't make it easier to meet women, as a lot of you guys think. It made it harder. If you're relying on things like social media and the dating apps to meet women, what's the better way to meet women? Go out and fucking learn how to approach. Learn how to set up a top of funnel where you're in the alpha position so you can be that top 5% that has slept with over 150 women. And I'll tell you this, here's a really interesting fact. When guys come into my program, the first few weeks, they're kind of getting their feet under them. They're getting their brains reprogrammed. They're learning the tactics and the techniques. There's always this point where it just becomes a pussy avalanche because that's how it works. You have 0, 0, 0, 0. Then once you get to this like tipping point where your belief systems are mimicked in your behavior and you understand things like frame control and what to talk about, it's fucking crazy how the tidal wave of women just comes into your life and then you rack up 150 like in 3 days, man. You're just going one after the other, just running a train. Your penis looks like a shriveled burn victim hiding in the corner of your underwear saying, please don't put me back into battle, man. I can't go back into that battle tonight. And you're like, get in there, motherfucker. We've been waiting 25 years for this shit. You go into battle, you fucking enjoy it. I want you coming all over this fucking city. That's the way it goes, man, when you have game, I'm telling you. So if you want to join us, you know what to do. Go to my website, click on coaching, fill in the application. I'll contact you personally. You and I will email a few times, and then you're going to meet with my team to make sure you're a good fit for my program. And then you and I are going to work together, me showing you the way up to the mountain personally and getting you to the top in the fastest, easiest way possible. Sign up today. All right, so negging, what does that mean? It means a negative compliment. Okay, so it's basically an insult that's disguised as a compliment, and this became really popular in the early 2000s when I first got into this game by Mystery Method. A lot of you guys may have heard of him. Negging is negative compliment. For example, you ask the girl, so hey, I like your nails. Are they real? And she's like, no. And you say, they're still nice. So you kind of compliment her about something, but you know that it's not a positive thing. And then you turn it around on her to give her a little whoosh, slap upside the head. Now, do I agree with negging? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Fuck no. Fuck no, I don't agree with it. I think it's malicious. I think it's contrived. But I will admit, looking through this and doing a little bit of research, I'm like, sometimes I do this inadvertently. Sometimes I do this inadvertently. So I'm going to give you a bunch of examples. Looks like I got about 10 here to run through of some negative compliments. And what this does is it kind of knocks her down a couple rungs off the ladder, right? Like she's feeling like she's way above you because she's super hot. And then you say, hey, I like your hair. Is that dyed or is that natural? And she's like, oh, it's colored. And you say, oh, well, it still looks good, right? And it kind of brings her down a little bit. So the way this was used in the OG times was to bring down a hot chick to your level. And that's why I don't like it. I don't like to like bring people down. I like to bring people up. And in my last episode, I was talking about how when a girl is behaving in a way that isn't seducing you, quote unquote, the correct way, you have the confidence to tell her straight up. But the whole premise of that is to better her, to show her how to be socially intelligent, to show her how to make you attracted to her, and to show you how to be a successful human being. This, on the other hand, brings her down, which is why I don't agree with it. But listen, as a seduction coach, it's my job to teach you everything, not just the stuff that I like and I use myself, because you're a different dude. If this works for you, it's going to work to get girls attracted to you. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't like it because I don't think it brings her up. I want to be like a dude who leaves people better from having met me. I want to give. I want to leave this world better from me having been there. And if I tell a girl, you're so pretty, why are you still single? Which is a neg, like you're really pretty. Why are you single, right? It's kind of like questioning her and it's a little bit of a negative compliment. It's going to bring her down a little bit. It's going to make her feel bad. And even if that results in her getting attracted to me, I don't like it. So look, take this shit if you want, run with it. It fucking works, but I disagree with it. And frankly, I think it comes back to bite you in the ass. When you do shit like try to make a girl jealous, try to manipulate her, try to do things that are essentially malicious, I believe it comes back to you. I teach guys how to do techniques that may sometimes be perceived as malicious, but they come from a place of abundance, from a place of self-confidence where you know that if this chick leaves, such as in my example from last Thursday where you say, hey, you behaving this way, you texting this way is boring. I am literally falling asleep texting with you. Thank you for the new method to put me to sleep because melatonin wasn't working anymore, but now I got you, an awesome sleep device. That is a way to better her, to let her know she needs to put out some effort. And you're communicating, listen, if you're not up to speed, if you're not down to give some effort into the shit, beat it. I'll get the next chick. So negative compliments are slightly similar, but again, I think they're malicious, which is why I don't use them. All right, let's jump into some examples. So the first two examples, I like your hair or I like your nails. Are they real? Or when it comes to hair, is that your natural color? And when she says no, and you know she's going to say no, you can tell, hopefully, when nails are fake. So this is when you do it. When she says no, you say, oh, well, they're still nice. Okay, so it works like that. I admit, bro, I've done this a few times. It does work. It does work. I'm not going to lie. I don't do it so much anymore, but I admit outright, I've slapped a couple of these in the bucket and they do work. Okay, you're so pretty. How are you still single? You look great for your age, right? Or some things I like to say to girls in nightclubs who are always younger is, hey, you're actually really mature for your age, which from her perspective, I'm kind of smacking her upside the head saying, dude, you're like really young, but you're pretty mature for your age. Now, guys, this goes into a quick question for you. What do you say when a girl is commenting on how old you are? When she says, oh my God, you're so old, what do you say to that? You turn it around on her. You make it all about the other, as I like to teach in my frame control classes. And you say, listen, I can tell you're a little bit insecure about how young you are, but I'm sure you could keep up with me. You seem like you have the mental capacity to be able to carry on this conversation, so don't feel insecure. I'm sure you can do it. Go get him, Tiger. I'm sure you got this, right? So you turn it around on her. And with the neg, an example would be, I'm really surprised you can actually keep up with this conversation because most girls your age, goes right over their head, right? That might be something I'd say that would be perceived as a neg. Another thing you could say is you look really pretty without makeup on. Even when she is wearing makeup, you're like, damn, you're actually really pretty without foundation, blush, or mascara. It's really impressive. You can tell her something like, you're really cool. You're like a dude in a girl's body. You're like a dude in a girl's body. Here's one that's fucking the biggest backhanded compliment ever. Imagine if I said this to you. Bro, I love how you don't care what you look like, bro. That's so courageous of you. You just don't care what you look like. I really appreciate that. Another really insulting one's, you carry your weight well. Damn, Amy, you really carry that weight well. You look like a chicken McNugget with tits. You look like a cow standing vertically. You look like a potato with the bathing suit on it, but damn, you really carry that weight well. Backhanded compliment. Here's another one that sailed in on the SS douche canoe. Wow, I didn't know round faces could pull off short hair like that. It's fucked up, dude. Wow, your soccer ball ass, planetary round ass face looks amazing with the short cut like that. It looks spectacular. And she's like, thanks, fucking asshole. Another one is, you're so brave for wearing that. You're so brave for wearing that outfit tonight. I just admire that so much. You know, Kelly, you look really good from far away. And this is something me and my friends always joke about. Good from far, but far from good, right? You tell the girl, you know, you were good from far, but now that I come up to you, you're far from good. Thank God you have a good personality, because otherwise I'd blow you out so hard that gigantic schnoz on your face would blow off your face when the concussion hit. Listen, I don't say the shit, but it is kind of funny. All right, my last one, boys, is, man, that dress is amazing. It really makes you look thinner. Okay, so again, I don't use these because they're kind of fucked up, but I guess you could say I use some semblance of these. But again, it's always with the effort to try to make her better, to try to bring her up, not bring her down. So that's my basic philosophy on it. But make no mistake, like if you go up to a girl and you're like, wow, that dress makes you look a lot thinner, you know, it could blow up in your face. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you say it with conviction and she's a little bit insecure, especially, she's going to buy right into it and be like, oh, thanks. And like, you've knocked her down to your level, which is the whole theory behind this thing. But why do we need to knock her down to your level where instead we can knock you up above her level? You see what I did there? That is way better. And how do we do it? Through belief systems. BS, they're bullshit. The ones that were put in that aren't working for you are like computer programs, and you're just hitting print on the computer program, manifesting the same results over and over again. Women are attracted to behavior. Behavior is dictated by belief systems, by inner programming. So if you could fix the inner programming, I don't care if you're shorter than 5'9". I don't care if right now you have only had sex with one girl in the last year. When we fix the inner shit, the outer takes care of itself, and it works every fucking time. I'm an NLP practitioner. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. When you come into my program, I create a custom 3-month protocol just for you. This is about once a day, 20 minutes per day, 5 times per week. You listen to it on headphones. It's a guided meditation of me personally taking you through a myriad of extremely powerful NLP protocols that I have in my quiver. It's like a bunch of arrows in my quiver. I develop it specifically for you. And over the 3 months, we're removing bad belief systems. We're removing past traumas. We're installing new archetypes and schemas. We're putting you highly into your masculine energy. And we're giving you those meta programs that are going to make you behave in a way that women are attracted to. Just like you're hitting print on that computer that's printing out the same results over and over again, I hit print on my program and print out dudes that are pulling, as every single one of my guys does. Another thing, I guarantee, and listen closely, I guarantee we will at least 10x your results with women, or we will not take you into the program. So when you meet with my guy, Victor Lynch, who's my wingman and good friend, he's going to meet with you personally on a one-on-one call to see if you're a good fit for the program. The guarantee is we will change you by at least 10x or we don't move forward. So get in the fucking call, man. Find out if we can 10x your current results with women by joining my 3-month coaching program, by going through the NLP, by me teaching you how to control the frame and how to lead women where they want to be led with interesting conversations, getting her into her emotions, getting sexual in your conversations, how to yank numbers, what to do on the first date, how to sexually escalate, the whole enchilada, including maintaining a healthy long-term relationship with the woman. Go to my website, CoachMarkSing.com, click on coaching, fill in the quick application, submit it. You and I are going to email with each other a few times to make sure that you're a good fit for me. And most importantly, I'm a good fit for you. Then you're going to get on a call with my boy, Victor Lynch, the fucking champion of the highest degree. And you're going to see if you're a good fit for my program. And once again, if my program can at least 10x your results, that's my guarantee to you. I do appreciate you listening, gentlemen. Please stay tuned for Thursday's episode. It's going to be a really good one. I'm excited to unleash this one. Been waiting quite a while to do so. And I will see you in the next episode. Oh, my voice lasted that time. Thank God, Liam. Thank God.